more lights and for a moment stood in disbelief that this house was really theirs. She was thankful that Jeff's corporation had covered most of the moving expenses, rare in his profession these days, to transfer them from the Cleveland office to the larger Miami office. His higher salary had picked up the rest of the costs. But they still carried a lot of debt, and it made Jeff nervous that she was now earning less, even though she believed that with his increase in pay they could get it down in a few years. On the main floor, she moved through the living room with its vaulted ceiling, the oak coffee table, and the lamps. The sofa looked so old here, they really needed a new one. She paused for a moment, then walked across the tiled floor of the grand foyer and, to be safe, tested the front door. It was locked. All the front windows were secure. Lisa switched on more lights, went through the kitchen with its granite countertops, gleaming stainless steel appliances, the oversized island and walk-in pantry. The kitchen door to the side entrance and double garage was secure, too. So were all the rear windows. For good measure, she checked the pantry. Nothing but unopened boxes from the move. She got a glass of cold water from the fridge, feeling its icy tentacles soothing her dry throat, cooling her stomach. Satisfied, she started back to bed when she heard a faint noise and stopped. What was that? Holding her breath, she strained to listen. Feeling vulnerable, she considered a weapon, a bat, a cleaver, something. No guns were in the house. She and Jeff had an aversion to them. She heard nothing more. Lisa wished their system were in place. The company Jeff had hired was booked up and coming to install it next week. Maybe she'd ask him to call them in the morning, request they speed things up. Calm down. All the doors and windows are locked. She reasoned that she was still getting acquainted with their new home. The sounds could be the air conditioning system, the hot water tank, or even coming from outside, something to do with the pool or a passing plane. How far were they from Miami Airport? It could be a million things. I'm sure it's nothing. On her way from the kitchen, she checked the main floor bathroom. No one was there. Walking along the hall, she heard a sound again. It was coming from the air duct. That's it. The air conditioning system likely needs a tune-up. She sighed with relief. Before returning to bed, she took in the great room, her favorite. She loved how it offered indoor-outdoor living space divided by a sliding glass, floor-to-ceiling door. It opened to their covered porch and in-ground pool in the backyard. The pool's underwater nightlights made it look so serene, tranquil, inviting. On a whim, she wanted to dip her hand in the water, maybe to confirm the pool was really theirs. She reached for the sliding door's handle and caught her breath. A tiny seam separated the door from the frame. The door was unlocked. I know I checked this door before I went to bed, and it was locked. When she tried to lock it, it wouldn't click shut, and something rattled. She pushed it open, stepped outside. The locking mechanism had been eviscerated. Nothing remained but torn and twisted metal. Someone's broken into our house. Heart pounding, Lisa rushed back inside, heading for the stairs. Jeff! Hand shaking, she raised her phone, her fingers trembling as she trotted, pressing 9, then 1 before a shadow swept over her. Jeff Taylor's mind swam in a semi-dream state, taking him back through time to one of his first days in a new grade school. He wore donated clothes, pants that were too big, a shirt still bearing a faded mustard stain. He'd come so far since those days. He'd battled shame, pulled himself up, working nonstop.